Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We already have taken it up top, and I want to say that I could tell which side of this vehicle faces the ocean. You may ask yourself, how can you tell? Well, let me get to the point here. The driver's side brakes are 6 millimeters, and we could see a good amount of corrosion. The passenger side is roughly 8 millimeters, with less corrosion on the rotor, less corrosion on the backing plate. So let's look around. The vehicle has roughly 55,000 miles on it. It's a 2011. Looks like we have a transmission leak. Just did oil service, cleaned up our mess. Very good. It's an original pan too. We could see by the gray RTV here. Very good. Power steering lines, they're looking good. Okay, rack's looking alright. Rack is racking. Exhaust, well, one side of it's okay. The other side is struggling at life. So let's go a little further back, because the further we go back, the further into flavor country we go, and it doesn't disappoint. The flange is struggling to flange. Now, let's look at the passenger side. We can see the backing plate is still plating. No real crunchy noise. Tires rotating. Brakes, they're low. They're roughly 2 millimeter, so they definitely need that. We'll look at the suspension. Suspension's looking good. Sway bars swaying. Very good. So we could see the subframe. Now watch the transition just happen. It just gets that much more rusty. And that much more rusty until we get to the elephant in the room. And we could see the backing plate here has completely separated from its natural habitat, and it is making contact and making striations in the rotor. Not to mention that the parking brake will not hold at all. Won't hold past, I want to say, 700 RPMs, and state inspection in this state is it has to hold between 11 and 1300 RPMs. And you can see corrosion has most definitely gotten to these lines. It's gotten to the backing plates right here. Everything corrosion. So I can tell you for a fact the driver's side faces the ocean, and we could see these arms. I really think they were replaced at one point, because those threads still identify as threads, but the center guy most definitely struggling with the flavor chips. But you could see there's less corrosion on the passenger side compared to the driver's side. It's amazing how these cars freaking rot and rust due to the salt in the roads, the salt in the air. And hey, it is what it is. But it's a 2011 in okay shape, but they're going to need a lot of work, because those parking brake cables, these guys right here, out here it's fine, but they go right into the interior, and that's each side. So we're going to need access to the center console. So let's lower this guy and check the center console out, and you're going to see why I'm going to have a lot of trouble with this vehicle. It's not bad, but it's bad for me, so I'm going to bitch about it. So I'll tell you this now, right guys, freaking Bagman has returned. I had to wear a giant trash bag to get in this car, and you can see why. It's pretty disgusting in here. And the thing is, I have to remove that entire center console to get to the parking brake. Isn't life grand? As it attaches in there, then it attaches to another cable that goes to the foot one. So yeah, that's why I'm going to have trouble with this vehicle. I'm going to inform them we need to get this interior detailed before we do any interior work, because the smell is not good either. And guys, another reason why I think the car parks at the beach, there's sand on top of the manifold, along with little tiny poo-poos. So I guess Feifel got a beach house. Oh, that's interesting. He has a beach house, and he probably has his little summer cottage up there somewhere, because this vehicle sits. Alright guys, if you don't know what to do yet, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification for further content.